game day, going to Tuscaloosa for Vanderbilt at Alabama, 3:30 Eastern, ABC. Alabama, after losing this game a year ago at the crib, favored by 10.5. What do we think about that? We'll break it down right now. Before we do, though, make sure you're subscribed. College football, nothing but college football year-round. Appreciate you, college football sickos, for being a part of this and making this show what it is. But for Alabama, this is your second rat poison test against Vanderbilt in as many years. Bad news, failed that rat poison test last year, man. You beat Georgia. I'm talking about, did Alabama hire the next Nick Saban and Kalen DeBoer? Joel Klass talking about how the Alabama offense is going to be impossible to stop, and then you roll into sleepy Nashville. Get yourself beat. Big part of that. Hard to not say it was rat poison, to be honest with you. So Alabama, guess what? Same spot. You beat Georgia. We're all talking about how good you are, how good Ty Simpson is. Is he a guy that could win the Heisman Trophy? I don't know. We'll see. But if you eat the rat poison for a second year in a row, this Vanderbilt team, they're better than last year, and they beat you last year. What does that mean? I don't know, but the fun thing with watching Vanderbilt is think about how dark it has been for Vanderbilt over the course of their recent history. Like the Vanderbilt logo, I think the over-under win total coming into last season was like 2.5. We're trying to find a way to count to 3 to see if we get the Vandy win total over. Newsflash, it hit with flying colors. A big reason why? Yeah, Diego Pavia, big part of this. But just the overall temperament of this Vandy team, they play like they don't care what that Vanderbilt logo used to be. Like, they don't have any half-stepping within that building. They feel great about themselves. They feel great about their approach. They trust Vanderbilt, and Vanderbilt trusting Vanderbilt, I think, is a scary thing for the rest of college football because they are running hot right now, all right? Now, offensively for Bama, it has got to be aim small, miss small. Question, why did Bama lose this game last year? Well, you say, JD, again, Diego Pavia and his brothers just getting after it in the same. I hear you, but like, listen to this. Alabama lost last year for 2 reasons. 1, they could not possess the football. 2, they turned over the football. Vanderbilt, 42 minutes of possession offensively to Bama's 17. If you live that way again this year, you will get beat. Alabama, 2 turnovers last year, one of them for a touchdown against Vanderbilt. Can't be the way that you live in this game. So, Ty Simpson, you just put on an absolute clinic against Georgia when it came to third down. 13 of 19. He's just, picking his spots. So precise, all those things. That's great against Georgia, but guess what? Can you do it again? That's what college football is all about. Can you do it another Saturday in a row against a good Vanderbilt defense? Now it's going to make sure they get after you. I'd also like to see from Bama here a little bit of ground presence. Last year, Alabama ran for 84 yards. Reason why I'd like to see Alabama have a ground presence, it's Alabama. The way that Alabama recruits, who they have on the offensive line. Like, I'd like to see Alabama get a push here, not about that aggressive Vanderbilt defense, help Ty Simpson when it comes to those third down situations. Like, if you can run the football here, another feather in the cap, and a very, very big lean towards Alabama if they can have over 100 yards rushing on the ground to put out a number for us there. Now, also, get the ball to Caden Proctor. I'm kidding. We move forward here. Vanderbilt defensively, what I worry about for Vandy here, and I think the reason why the number is what the number is when it comes to it being double digits favoring Bama, I worry a little bit about this becoming a game of personnel on the outside. Like, as good as Vanderbilt has played to this point in the year, I don't think there's anyone on your roster that can match up just straight up with a Jeremy Bernard or a Ryan Williams or a Isaiah Hort. Like, you hear what I'm saying. So when that's the case, you got to do everything in your power, Vanderbilt, to get Ty Simpson off his spot and make it not about the personnel on the perimeter. Like, if you can speed Ty Simpson up, it's going to create rush decisions. Rush decisions are usually not good decisions. Nobody is their best selves whenever they're running late. I digress. So if you can do that, it increases the likelihood of 3 and outs for Bama. It creates the likelihood of more turnovers for Vanderbilt to get. That's got to be the world you live in. Very quietly now, Vanderbilt, top 15 in America when it comes to sacking the quarterback. Vanderbilt, top 10 in America when it comes to tackle for a loss. So speeding up and heating up Ty Simpson is the name of the game here. You want to make it a world where it's not about Ryan Williams versus your guy on the outside. It's got to be about your defensive front creating problems for Ty Simpson and creating better situations for your offense because of that. All right? Now, speaking of offense for Vanderbilt, I need the change-up pitch here. Vanderbilt has been phenomenal in doing like their version of the triple option, the RPO stuff. Diego Pavia runs that to a T. But my feeling is Bama's going to take what happened last year a touch personal and be a little bit more dialed into the decision-making of a Diego Pavia, be a little bit more dialed into the death by 1,000 cuts kind of approach they took last year. I need Vanderbilt offensively to have the change-up pitch that they had last year because Eli Stowers went for over 100 yards. One of the best tight ends in college football, plays for Vandy. Whenever Alabama wins on that first and second down situation for Vanderbilt and you're sitting there in 3rd and 11, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 7, whatever it looks like, I need Vanderbilt to be able to have something for 3rd and long. And I think that's Eli Stowers. But if it's not, I need someone else to step up here big. So Diego Pavia, we need you with your arm to be able to still make some things happen and extend some drives here for Vandy and to be able to possess the football, which, again, was a big part of why they won the game a year ago. So you say for Bama defensively, what does that require of you? The Vanderbilt offense, the option offense in general, tests two things. Your physicality in your secondary. How much do you want to go tackle in the run game? How much do you want to go attack those tight ends and receivers when they're blocking their tail off? Are you able to meet that level of physicality on the perimeter? Time and time again for 4 quarters. That's one. 2, the discipline. Vanderbilt does an awesome job of just lulling you to sleep with the run game, with the perimeter pass game, and then after a while, bam, RPO over to Stowers. Bam, play action, deep shot, explosive play, strike up the band. That's how Vanderbilt won this game last year. That's how they could win this game again if Alabama gets a little bit, one, just tired being physical with Vanderbilt on the perimeter, which is a hilarious sentence. And then 2, if they get a little bit too aggressive and they get tired of having to make a tackle for 4 yards and they want to go make that tackle for a loss, then it's over the top. Then it's Diego Pavia show. And that's how Alabama loses this football game for the second year in a row. So my pick in this game, what I just said, Vanderbilt is better than they were a year ago, and they won this game a year ago. I would like Vanderbilt a lot more in this spot if Bama was undefeated. I think that loss that Bama already has on their resume from Florida State is going to serve them well. I think this year's Bama is much more edgy than last year's Bama, and that is the secret ingredient to this whole thing. It's not about talent for Bama. They're always going to be the more talented team on just about every field they step on. I think this is a spot where it's I think it's a revenge spot here for Bama. I know it's a revenge spot here for Bama, as we all do. So for that reason, I'll take Alabama to win. If it stays at 10.5, I like a backdoor Vanderbilt cover. Something cheeky like 31-21 is what I would say there. But again, at home, revenge spot. Ty Simpson and his overall, I think, just disposition competitively will keep the sense of urgency high for Bama. Big reason why they win this game. So Alabama wins, but Vanderbilt covers, a little backdoor action in Bryant Denny.